Identical twins of Reddit who owns a pet after living separately. What was your pet's reaction when it saw two owners? Our dog can easily tell them apart. Little children cannot. I actually read a sad story about this a few years ago on Quora. A guy's identical twin brother had died and he inherited his brother's dog. The dog did not think the twin was his owner. Except, one day he happened to put on one of his deceased brother's pants. The dog came up to him and immediately started doing the wiggly happy dance until he spoke. And then it was a light switch turned off and he became a barely tolerated stranger again. It was actually kinda heartbreaking to read. My dog was so confused at first. But eventually he realized that he had two people to give him twice the amount of cuddles and treats. My twin and I got a dog separately and we met up with both of them. They were super excited to meet each other, but didn't really care about us lol. So not a twin, but a daughter of one. We had a dog called Gromit, who started with my aunt and then moved in with us Inkle her twin sister, my mum. He did get confused at first when he'd see my mum and auntie in the same room and one of them called him. But the confusion did only last for a couple of seconds. Then he would just get excited about cuddles and walkies lol. My mum also had a cat called Mitzi. She's a very shy cat and would hide from visitors. When my aunt went round, Mitzi hid, but once my mum left the room she came out and cuddled my aunt as if she was my mum. After that she bonded with both of them. Mitzi now lives with my aunt ever since my mum passed away. She's managing well but does sometimes seem to wonder why there's only one of them at times. Not quite what you asked. But it reminded me of a funny anecdote I'm sure people will appreciate regardless. We had 3 dogs, 2 lab mixes and a Samoyed mix. So 2 blacks and 1 white. Easy to recognize. Then one day we had to look after a friend's lab because she had to go to a job interview or something. I can't remember why. But this meant there were now 3 black dogs and 1 white. They all ran through the house past the sofa table where the cat was lounging. He didn't care about the first lab mix he knew. He didn't care about the Samoyed mix. He didn't care about the new lab. He freaked out when the elderly lab mix he'd known for over 10 years walked past him because that was one black dog too many. My cat and my quails know my voice. They don't really care about my face. Also, I have very long hair and my sister has short hair. They didn't care more than with any other new visitor. My cat ran away and my quails came to say hi. My mother is one of twins. Linus, the cat I had as a child, was a complete worrier, having been traumatized at a young age and being fearful of new people. Yet he was the sweetest cat to us. Linus approached my aunt as soon as she arrived and cuddled up against her leg on that occasion. He was being scratched by her. And everything was going well until he noticed my mother start with very fast head turns back and forth. Then race up the stairs and hide for hours. Poor infant. My brothers are identical twins. None of the dogs are fooled. They go by sense of smell more than looks. Not a twin. But I'm guessing twins must smell different to dogs. My identical twin's dog has never reacted to me in a way that implied that he was confused. The human babies are a different story. She began a sinewy bifurcation and eventually became 2 identical dogs, albeit slightly smaller than before. My dog knew both of us from when he was a puppy, so I don't remember his reaction. But my sister's dog was a little confused and now doesn't love when I come over because she can't get away with anything. If I see her do something she isn't supposed to do, I scold her, and with 2 sets of eyes it's easy to spot naughty behavior. My sister and I don't look identical. We are. But I had birth defects that stunted my growth and am 6 inches shorter. We do sound *alike. Though. And whenever we video chat, her dog and my cat get very confused by the same voice coming from the phone. This is the kind of AskReddit stuff I love. This time, it's a twin. My dog adores me, but he hates my sister. Which is strange. For instance, he growls at her when she approaches and hardly lets her touch him. He isn't like this to the rest of my family or friends. So I don't know why. Perhaps he believes she is a fraud. We have no idea. Lol. Surely even identical twins smell different. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary when my cat met my twin sister for the first time. Then again, he's super friendly and will glom onto anyone who gives him scratches and/or treats. LMAO, what a good question. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. I got a cat. Cat decided it only liked my dad. Period. No exception. Well, except for my dad's twin brother. Loved him as much as my dad but never confused them. I'm pretty sure animals recognize people due to smell or voice, not looks. One time I was wearing my mom's jacket and her dog followed me around until I said something and she realized I wasn't my mom, so she ran off to go find her.